COVID. No, let me explain that better. When I did the antigen test, the COVID line came before the other line. So essentially, I'm filled up to the brim with COVID. Fun! And it's Valentine's Day, so we're loving it here. We have a haul today, cause Girlie did some damage, and she does not regret it. Like, not at all. There's more. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I did some damage, and I don't regret it. My bank account regrets it, but I don't. Yet. And I don't think I will. So, in honor of Valentine's Day and the month of love, we have our first book of this haul, which is The Heart Principle by Helen Huang. Now, if you haven't read any of her other works, Helen Huang has 2 other rom-coms, I believe, called The Kiss Quotient and The Bride Test. Both of these really good books, and my favorite out of them is The Kiss Quotient because it's just so cute, and the steam, the sauce, yes. But it's just beautiful, and also representation, like, yes, we're here for it. I really like it. But yeah, this book is about violinist Anna Sun, who suddenly becomes very successful in her career, and all of it, like, it's starting to overwhelm her. And then all of a sudden, her boyfriend of 5 years says he wants an open relationship. So obviously, Anna dear is hurt and angry. So she decides to embark on a string of one-night stands because that is the most logical thing to do, you know? Yeah. And her rule is the more unacceptable the men, the better. Okay? I respect that. Like, enter tattooed motorcycle riding Kwan Diep, who we've already met in the 2 books before. Their first attempt at a one-night stand fails, as does their second and their third, because being with Kwan is about more than sex, which I love. But when tragedy strikes Anna's family, she takes on a role that threatens to destroy her. Now both of them have to fight for their chance at love, but to do that, they also have to fight for themselves. Doesn't that just sound so beautiful? And like, we've met Kwan before, and we know the kind of person he is a little bit, and I'm just so excited for him to have something special and nice, and like a book about his journey. And this book also sounds like it's gonna be about more than just the love between themselves. Like, it's gonna be about like growth, and like they also have to fight for themselves, you know, they have to do things for their betterment, and I actually really appreciate that, and I'm looking forward to seeing what it does on that level. The next book we have is also a rom-com. Excuse me. We have The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas. I've heard a lot of mixed things about this book. Some people really like it, some people think it's average and just but it's a rom-com, and I need some cutesy in my life right now, so let's do this. The Spanish Love Deception is about Catalina Martin, who desperately needs a date to her sister's wedding, and she's also lied to her whole family about having an American boyfriend, because everybody knows that lying solves all your problems when it comes to things like this. So now her ex-boyfriend, her family, and her ex-boyfriend's fiance are all gonna be there for this wedding and expecting her to show up with an American boyfriend. So she has 4 weeks to find someone who's willing to travel from NYC to Spain to pretend to be her boyfriend and fool her family, which is obviously not gonna be easy. But yeah, one of her co-workers Aaron Blackford, who she has like this enemies thing going on with. And the way they describe it is the 6'4", blue-eyed, pain in the arse offers to step in, and she's just not interested because she doesn't trust him and she thinks he's insufferable. But she's desperate and the date for the wedding is closing in. So, we all know what's gonna happen. Like, we do. But I'm so here for it. And I'm loving it. Especially because this is like a friends to... No, sorry, not friends to lovers. Especially because this is like an enemies to lovers, fake dating, fake lovers trope. And I really do enjoy those tropes because you get to see them melt and do the things they initially said they wouldn't do. And I just find that very amusing. It's just very amusing. Next, we have one of the prettiest book covers you will have ever seen, and definitely one of the prettiest I have ever owned. Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Su Lin Tan. Can we just take a minute to appreciate how beautiful that looks and how magical and whimsical and just darling this cover looks. I mean, and so like moon-like, if that even makes sense. It makes sense to me, but it's just so gorgeous, and I'm excited. I just want to pick it up. Like, I picked it up obviously because of the cover, but then I also have heard really good things about this book. So our protagonist here has been raised on the moon, unaware she was being hidden from the celestial emperor who exiled her mother for stealing the elixir of immortality. Interesting. But when her magic flares and her existence is discovered, she's forced to flee her home, leaving her mother behind. Alone, powerless and afraid, she makes her way to the Celestial Kingdom, a land of wonder and secrets. I mean, I can just imagine the wonder just by like looking at how beautiful this cover is. I can imagine how gorgeous the Celestial Kingdom must be. But in disguise, she trains alongside the Emperor's son, mastering archery and magic, despite the passion which flames between them. So we have a little bit of romance here. To rescue her mother, she embarks on a quest, confronting legendary creatures and vicious enemies. But when forbidden magic threatens the kingdom, she must challenge the ruthless emperor, leaving her torn between losing all she loves or plunging the realm into chaos. We have Chinese myth. We have magic. We have family. And we have romance. I don't need very much more in life. I don't need much more from a book. Like, I'm very happy with this. And this sounds so interesting. And just like the Chinese mythology, it's just, yeah, it's something I don't know much about, which is why like I'm trying to find more books like this, and I'm really happy that I picked this up. And like the girl who works in the bookstore, she saw me pick it up and she approached me and she's like, hey, I don't read fantasy much, but I recently picked this book up because everybody is talking about it, and she told me that she absolutely loved it. And that just makes me so much more excited because like a person who doesn't even read fantasy that often absolutely loves this book, or like she doesn't even like fantasy that much and she loved it. And I love fantasy, so I'm here for it all the way. Let's go. The next book again has one of the most gorgeous covers ever. And also both of these books are on hardback, so I'm really spoiling myself here. But we have The Iron Widow by Shiran J. Zhao. I know, I'm pretty sure that pronunciation was horrible, but I'm sorry, I'm trying. I love the tones of red and orange in this cover. Like, it's just so gorgeous and like powerful and somehow just like empowering to look at, and just her, just, yes. I've been waiting to read this book forever now. Like, I've been wanting it since it came up, but I just haven't found the chance to get it. But when I saw it this time, I just had to. And I'm so glad, and I'm so excited to see what's in it. But anyway, The story is about the boys of Huaxia dream of the celebrity status that comes with piloting chrysalises, giant transforming robots that battle the aliens beyond the Great Wall. So Pacific Rim then, like the movie with the Jaeger pilots and like robots and fighting the kaiju monsters. Kaiju. Yeah, I can't remember the pronunciation. Please don't kill me. I will look it up. Their female co-pilots are expected to serve as concubines and sacrifice their lives. Yes. Okay. Yes. When 18-year-old Zetian offers herself up as a concubine pilot, her plan is to assassinate the ace male pilot responsible for her sister's death. Okay, let's go. But on miraculously emerging from the cockpit unscathed after her first battle, she's declared an Iron Widow, the most feared pilot of all. Yes! Oh, that hurt. But yes! Okay? It just sounds brilliant. Now that Zetian has had a taste of power, she sets her sights on bigger things. The time has come to stop more girls from being sacrificed. Yes, the time has come. Let's do this. I will help you do it. Oh my god, it says over here as well. It's The Handmaid's Tale meets Pacific Rim in a dazzling blend of Chinese history and science fiction. I love it. I'm so happy with it, and in fact I might actually do like a dedicated reading vlog just for this because it sounds absolutely brilliant. But yeah, next we have something quite adorable, I must say. So I've been wanting to buy the Throne of Glass series after I read the ACOTAR series by Sarah J Maas. Throne of Glass is also her first series that she wrote, and people go as crazy over it as they do for ACOTAR. So I've been wanting to read it. But the thing is, I don't have much space in my room because I live in student accommodation. And I keep buying books. So I don't have space to store all of them. And obviously I don't want to give them away because they're my babies. I've been considering buying the mini versions of this book, and yesterday I went ahead and I bought 3 of them. These are not the first 3, so I can't start reading them yet, but yes. Can we appreciate how adorable these look? The thing is, obviously this is minuscule, and the writing in here is even more minuscule. I'll add a few clips of it after this haul, but I don't have problems reading tiny script. Like, it doesn't hurt me or it doesn't affect me very much. And yes, I can hear my mom in my head saying, it doesn't matter if it doesn't affect you right now, it's not good for the long run. And yes, mom, I hear you. I do hear you, but I don't have space. And these are adorable. So, sorry. I have Heir of Fire, Empire of Storms, and Kingdom of Ash. And I'm looking into buying the rest of them as minis. And I'm just so excited. Look at how adorable these look. Like, to give you a comparison, this is a normal size book here. That's a mini. Like, isn't it not just so adorable? And finally, the final 2 books of this haul. 2 books, well, one of these books I have been putting off for a while. And now that the second part of this duology is out and people are going crazy over it, I just can't hold myself back anymore. It is These Violin Delights and Our Violin Ends by Chloe Gong. Yes, I haven't read it yet. You can come at me, but These books are all over Book Talk and BookTube, and I just think it's time I do it, you know? The thing is, the reason I was initially unsure if I would want to read this is because it's pitched as a Romeo and Juliet retelling, and when someone pitches a book as a Romeo and Juliet retelling, I'm not very interested. Like, I don't really care about it as much, so I just don't read it. But there's more to it. This is a Romeo and Juliet retelling set in China in the mafia world. And it's about this guy and a girl who belong to two different rival gangs who've always been at each other's throats. The gangs hate each other. These two guys hate each other, I believe. But like recently, something's been happening. Like there have been vicious murders happening on either side. So both of them have to put their differences aside and work together to figure out what's going on. And now I want to read it. Because now it sounds so much more than just a Romeo and Juliet retelling, and I actually really like the concept we're working with here. So I'm excited. I'm like, just with the way people talk about these two books, I need to know how, why, when, what, and where. Like, all of the W's. I just need to know it. But yeah, that's us for this vlog. That's us for this haul. My brain's just not working. I'll also insert clips of like the insides of these minis and just like these books because they deserve love. And yeah, just, you know, giving them some love and appreciating their existence. And yeah. To the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed the haul and listening to me go on and on about books. It feels crazy because this is just my second video, but I'm already so happy doing it and it feels really nice and I just want to see where it takes me. I also really want to thank you guys for watching the first video and just being so nice about receiving it. I love you all and I'm just very happy to have started this. Anyway, if you watched this far into the video, then let me know down below in the comments what your favorite book is, like your all-time favorite, or what you want to be picking up soon. And also let me know if you read any of the books I've mentioned today. But yeah, I can't wait for the next video and to get to know more of you guys. But yeah, I hope you subscribe. I hope you decide to join the family. And bye! See you soon!